so sorry to see Elon back at it, bashing the bill. He had really gotten back to business with a vengeance in recent weeks. He was tweeting mainly and only about his businesses and all the triumphs and the next things they wanted to do, SpaceX, et cetera. But now suddenly he's back again criticizing the bill. Elon's brilliant, but he has a childlike understanding of government. He doesn't understand something that sometimes you just got to compromise. You know, there was this political never mind. No, that's too much. I just think that Elon is kind of lost sight of who he is and what his real purpose is. And he may be making the mistake now thinking that he has a base and Trump has a base, that he's as popular as the president is. The people of America who support Trump, they look to him to be our leader and to take our country into places, better places than ever before. That's not what we're looking for from Elon Musk, is it, Adam?
And Dennis, these are serious people. He's got 100 congressmen, 530 congressmen, 100 senators are representing
435 congressmen and 100 senators.
435 congressmen, 100 senators. And there's a lot of negotiations. There's a lot of pork that got to go here. Bills, issues in each district. There's so much negotiations has to go before the final bill.
Exactly.
And Elon thinks he throws out one tweet and Senator's just going to fold. Doesn't work that way. I want to go to a cut here. It's Steve Bannon from our own network, The War Room, who's going after Musk after his tweets. Let's go to cut 3.
Elon Musk is out, and he's, not that I told you this was going to happen, but he's out lighting up the president and lighting up MAGA and claiming that it's time for a third party, and that this is, he calls it, I think, in all his maturity, the Porky Pig bill. He's going on about the spending, hammering it. And this is what galls me about this. This was the guy that told the president he was going to get $2 trillion of waste, fraud, and abuse cuts. Then he backed it off to $1 trillion. And this was on an annual basis. This wasn't over 10 years. This was $1 trillion because we asked him, I made sure the question was asked very specifically. And he said it over and over again, $1 trillion. And at the end of the day, I don't know, folks, I know some of you fanboys said we got 160, but we haven't seen the $160 billion. What we do is have a $9 billion rescission, and all of that is programmatic. I haven't seen anything specifically fraud and abuse put forward from the Pentagon or anywhere.
Let me, Dennis, quick question. If we reverse the role and Elon was criticizing Biden, now he's compared to criticizing Trump, would it be as big as news? But I think the media loves it because he's going after Trump a little bit, and that causes news right away, right?
The media have been aching for a breakup between Trump and Musk. They've been egging him on. They kept baiting Trump, and referring to Elon as the second president and all that stuff. So they were dying for this to happen, and I'm sorry to see it. But as for Mr. Bannon and what he just said, and how Elon only managed to cut maybe $175 billion instead of $1 trillion. First of all, Elon and Trump both always overpromise. That means you get 2 or 3 times as far as you otherwise would get had you made a more reasonable goal, a more reasonable promise, all right? Second, name anyone else in America who has cut $175 billion in annual spending from government. Government spending almost never gets cut. We went up $2 trillion extra to $7 trillion in spending in COVID, and then COVID turned into the common cold, and we kept spending $2 trillion a year. So Bannon is being uncharitable, ungenerous to Elon because Bannon is jealous of Elon's closeness to the president that he used to have and that he is now apparently squandering. Elon ought to get back to business. I understand his hurt and anger and feeling disregarded and disrespected by what both houses of Congress are now done. They passed a bill that is going to increase the deficit of the actual debt of our country over 10 years by maybe upwards of $3 trillion when he's trying desperately to cut, and he managed to get maybe $1.75 trillion for starters. At least it's a start. But this isn't the way to do it, by undercutting your best friend for now. And I think that Elon kind of misses being in the inner circle.